Okay, hello, hello. I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to do a little pre-record. I was going to stream, I ran into a bunch of technical difficulties. This is already multiple days late, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. We're going to run through Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, because I have some thoughts, and I need to give them. So, let's do it. How do I? We're doing it bad. We're doing it bad because that's how you start out. Of course, I've already seen this my fair amount of times, but... So we're starting off with Mario Kart. Now, the big controversy for this Mario Kart, which, by the way, I did call in a video that it was going to be Cannonball Run Mario Kart. It looks really nice, which is great. Lots of characters, lots of racers in one race. Great. Very expressive. Looks like it plays just how we want. Carts that are just carts are back. I did not really like the building mechanic system. We've got boats, like in All Stars Racing Transformed, which, hell yeah, that's something to copy. God, the maps are just huge. The music's fantastic. The grind rail is an amazing touch. The wall riding is an amazing touch. Everyone loves the cow. I don't like that weapon, but whatever. It's what the mechanics are built around. That is a neat shortcut. The costumes are great. I guess you can change them mid-race? Is that what that's insinuating? It looks really pretty. And then you zoom out, and at this point when I watched initially, I was like, oh, I called it. There it is, right there. So Mario Kart World. Mario Kart 10.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto.
And
I'll be one of your guides
the
for
big
today's
controversy
Nintendo
about it is it is going to be $80 US.
I'm Takuhiro Doi,
And
the director for Nintendo Switch
that
2.
sucks.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo
But
Switch 2.
What you just
Mario
saw
Kart
is Mario Kart
8
World, launching exclusively
is
on Nintendo Switch
$60
2.
with a $25
Now,
DLC.
what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game
So
will
the
be like?
complete Mario Kart 8 experience is 85 USD.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching
So
exclusively
really
on
the
Nintendo
question
Switch 2
is...
system. Welcome
Wait a minute.
to this vast world.
Wait a minute.
Kart Racer 2 system in the Mario Kart series is
Oh.
launching exclusively
Oh, they
on
did the
Nintendo
thing.
Switch 2 system.
They did...
Welcome
Wait.
to the series
Tracks in the mud. Tracks in the mud. Ah, I love that. That's always neat.
is launching
Like 3D tracks in the
exclusively
mud.
on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
So,
Welcome to this vast
given
world.
this
Kart races are held
huge
throughout various
map,
regions that
which
span
does
the globe.
seem to be composed of a lot of things from past maps, but
Depending on
like,
the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will
you've got
change.
time of day, weather conditions, a million miles of track that can see this track right here. You turn it blocked your path, so you needed to go onto a new route. So
everywhere in this world.
I almost have the feeling you can make your own map. There's a lot of work put in to do that. And even though it might have... Let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So there's at least 28 tracks in the game. But they all have like different weather environment conditions versus like the 90 or so tracks that are in the other Mario Kart, in Mario Kart 8. It's questionable which one has more playable content, but this one definitely has a significantly larger dev load to it than Mario Kart 8 did, I think.
But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive
so
the next course
I
as part
almost
of the
understand them saying that it's a big value because they're looking at it, I would hope, as the amount of dev time put in. And it's not just like,
Introducing Knockout Tour.
but the graphics, like there was work
Race
put
non-stop
in.
from one corner of the world to another.
What? Yeah.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way.
So if it doesn't have
When
DLC,
you hit a checkpoint, you'll be
and
eliminated.
they continue to offer some way for people to get things cheaper,
You
like
make
they
it all
had
the way to
that
the finish line,
those tickets you could buy in this gen, or
you can
it's
also
bundled
freely drive around
with the
this
system
vast
for
world
50,
in free roam.
even though the bundle is limited. As long as they
By going off-road,
give
you can
us
explore
a
new
way to
areas
access things a
and
little
routes.
cheaper, a little more frequently,
drive
and they
wherever
don't
your heart
add
takes
DLC
you.
to this game. Okay,
You can also go for
I
scenic drives with
unfortunately
friends,
get it,
and even take photos
but if it
together
has
at different
DLC,
locations.
then you've lost me. I don't expect it to have DLC, because it looks like they're going to adopt the $70 standard for video games, and when they have the $60 standard and then released Tears of the Kingdom for $70,
Mario Kart
it didn't have any
World.
DLC.
The game launches on the same
That's
day as
not a lot of
Nintendo
data
Switch
to
2.
work with.
More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming
And in
Mario
5
Kart
days,
World
we've
Direct.
got that 5 days
So
from
be on the
recording.
lookout for more information in the
Um,
future.
We'll see.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
It sucks that the prices are
We'll
more
share more
expensive,
details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
but I said this for Tears of the Kingdom.
Next,
At least
we'd
I
like
could
to
see where
introduce
the
some of
money
new
went.
features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Not
These
just,
are the
you know,
Joy-Con 2
too
controllers for
detailed
Switch 2.
horse nonsense.
And on the right
Joy-Con 2, I'm looking forward
we've added a new C button.
to a ton.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it
But
offers.
first we have to get through their video on the chat button. It's kind of neat. It's really neat, actually. Wait, no, back up. No, back up again. So she's using the thing that you put the controller on. I can't tell. The grip that you can charge the Joy-Cons in has buttons on the back. But I don't know if the regular grip that comes with the system will also have that.
That was you.
This I might end up using with friends. I'll never use it on stream. Maybe. I mean, never say never, but I really like this as a feature. It's really forward from for Nintendo.
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
I also like how it's with friends and family. I like how it's not just a universal chat.
While
I
using the game chat
feel like
feature,
that's good for
your
keeping
voice is recognized by
toxicity
a
down
microphone built into the
in
system.
general. So,
Alright, let's keep
It can pick up your
and
speaking voice clearly.
when
even
I
from a
first
distance.
saw people reacting to this
Alright, let's keep going.
instance of footage,
When it's
they were
noisy
like, "Oh
around you,
no,
your
it's going
voice
to
will
sound
still come
really
through
bad."
clearly, letting you chat with ease.
I played online once with friends on a PlayStation,
Beautiful. It's
and
open.
they all
And you can
sounded
use this
really
feature
bad,
in
way
handheld
worse than
mode
they
too,
ever did
letting
sounding
you
on
easily
Discord.
chat with friends and
So,
family.
don't
If you open
don't
the
look
chat
at me
menu,
and tell me
turn
that
on
people
game
sound
screen
good on the
sharing,
PlayStation Network. They don't.
There we go, there we go.
you can also share your game screen.
So,
Did you see someone just like go on top
in
of
the
that
sharing the
house?
game screen, I know it works at a low frame rate, but
Oh,
they're
shoot!
just saying that honestly, you don't need to have that as a high frame rate, and they've come out and said the reason why it's so choppy is because this is a thing that has
Your
to.
heart's content. Even
It
while playing
runs separately on the
different
system. It has
I
dedicated
know that one. It's so hard, right? It's
uh,
tough.
Oh wow, I'm like in the sky right here.
there's dedicated system processes to running this, and they wanted to make it as minimally impacted as possible. So, fair. It does what
You
it
can
needs
adjust
to
the
do.
size of your game screen,
Guys, I'm lost. Like,
Where'd you go?
or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
You're almost there.
It's just like the wall. Like if she gets past the wall.
this is where I have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. I think I know where you are. Wait. Okay, I think we have to try.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
Did they even know they were playing Mario Kart, or were they just hired to
On the right
pretend they were
Joy-Con
playing a
controller,
game?
there's an additional button. With the seat button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
Oh, really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this. By connecting this camera to the system,
There's this camera, which is $50, and there's like a $40 or $30 Piranha Plant camera. This camera is
Hi.
1080,
Good.
and the Piranha Plant camera is
appear on screen and video chat while playing the
480.
game.
So
It was good.
Here's how
people
it
are
works
like, oh
with
no,
just
the Piranha Plant camera's poor. It's like, yeah, go with your poor microphone and squish image on the television. Like, does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Which use your camera
I heard
feed
people
like
saying
this.
that 480 wouldn't be enough to face track. Trust me, it's enough to face track. It's fine.
Wait, go left, and then I'll let you fix
Go a
it.
little more this way.
But anyway, we know how game chat works.
You're apart. You can together. Decide your own anytime.
Doop doop doop.
Chat. Our goal was for you to almost as
Yes,
if
and you did
the
it.
camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
I wish it plugged into the dock.
A Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat. However,
That's
since
fair
we want
enough.
as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be
They
available
did say they
without
are.
membership for a limited
They
time.
bought servers for game
We hope
chat,
you'll try
so
it out. Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch parental control
as it should.
and different settings it wants to use.
We're
Uh,
gonna.
uh,
On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can
Yes.
pass the Joy-Con
So
controller
this,
to a friend and play together.
People are like,
On Nintendo Switch 2,
hey,
you can play together locally on multiple systems
Uh-huh.
using just one game.
using just
with
one game,
share.
and people were like, oh man,
As shown
DS
here,
download
even
plays
games
back.
that require
DS
multiple
download
screens
plays
can be
not back.
played if one
This is
person owns a
Wii U
compatible game.
streaming
With
tech.
Game Share, you can temporarily share compatible
That's why
games with
you
others who
can
also
share
have a Nintendo
from the
Switch
Switch
too, or
to
a Nintendo Switch
to
system.
a normal
You can share a
Switch
game with up to
because
3 other
it's
systems at
just
a time.
streaming the game. All four of those
Game Share also
screens
supports
are
online
running
play
on the
with other Switch
first
2
console.
systems.
and it is just streaming the image to the other consoles. So these games will get an update to use Game Share, and you notice they're all fairly slow paced. So it's not going to be good for. It's not going to be possible for like a Mario Kart. But
Up next,
it looks like you will also be able to game share
the
online
Nintendo Switch
with
2
friends,
system is
so
set.
that's kind of cool too.
Please take a look.
What the hell just happened with my capture? And then we get to look at the system itself.
Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
That's nice,
The
I
system's
guess.
thickness remains the same.
Well, then can you use it in the old dock, or is that bad?
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p
I honestly wasn't
screen.
expecting this. Kind of. I don't know why, but that's nice. That was a big
The screen
surprise.
supports up to 120
I
frames per second, allowing
I
for
almost don't
smoother
want to see
gameplay
it.
in supported
Don't
titles.
ever teach me frames per second. Ugh. Will this be the time where I learn the
The LCD
forbidden
screen
knowledge?
is more vivid and supports HDR, providing
Yeah,
more
but it's not an
contrast
OLED,
between light
but
and
whatever.
dark areas of the images.
You forget after a while.
The all-new Joy-Con 2
I'm so
controllers
excited for
connect
this.
magnetically.
I want to use it so
Strong
bad.
magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
The current Switch feels like garbage because of that.
The
This
SL
was a
and
nice
SR buttons
improvement.
Are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held
I'll be
horizontally.
more inclined to use that control scheme for something sometimes.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
Not Hall effect though, so we'll see how long they
Each
last.
Joy-Con 2
Being
controller
larger, I hear they
can be
should
used as a
last
mouse to play with
longer.
compatible games.
You can use
Both
this as
the
a
left
mouse, and a
and
lot
right
of people.
Joy-Con 2
There's a
support
lot
mouse
more
control.
people than I expected saying it's good. So
By adjusting the audio balance between the
I don't care about that.
sounds from the built-in speakers are
Built-in
It has a
mic, we've
built-in
already seen it.
microphone. It also uses noise cancellation
Filters out
technology
noise.
to filter
Cool.
Even if
3D
you don't have a
audio
surround sound
has
system,
you.
games can be enjoyed with
That's
more
just
immersive,
something a game can do.
three-dimensional
Anything that's not
sound,
special
as if
to the
it were coming
Switch.
from all around. Place your Nintendo
Uh,
Switch 2 however
This
you
is
like.
very similar
Large,
to the one on
sturdy
the
stand.
Switch OLED.
You can move it freely, like
So
this.
it's pretty nice. If it's made out of plastic, I'll be upset because the OLED one is made of like
In
metal.
addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
And it's not in the center, so you cannot put the system in upside down.
For connecting a
I
USB-C
wonder what
camera.
happens if you plug in 2 power
Or
sources at
charging in
once.
tabletop.
Is that gonna fry it? Like, or, because people are gonna want to try that because they're stupid.
Nintendo
children.
Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch. For storing
Apparently,
game downloads, save
Mario
data,
Kart World will be
and
22 gigabytes, so
more.
yeah, that's a
Read and write
respectable
data is
amount of
also
storage.
faster. Use the
I wasn't
Nintendo Switch 2
expecting
dock
native
to connect to
4K.
your
That's
TV and
crazy to
enable
me.
Up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your
I
system
wonder
cool.
if it has
This
anything
helps
else
keep
that's not a
performance
fan.
stable.
Like a small level of tech. It doesn't really look like it, but that would be neat.
On Nintendo
If you
Switch
could stream
2,
from the
you can play
handheld to the
Nintendo Switch 2
TV.
games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
The list of incompatible games is wild, and when you look at the list, by wild I mean like there doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme or reason, and a lot of it's just like it just doesn't boot, and we're looking into it. So
As you just saw, Nintendo
it
Switch
includes
2
one game I
isn't
really
simply
like,
an improved
Travis
Nintendo
Strikes Again.
Switch.
So we'll see.
We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2
Oh my God, was I
we're
hovering
currently
over the timer
developing
that
this
long? Oh,
game.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Kawamoto!
So this game costs $10,
My current
unfortunately.
location
It shouldn't.
actually inside
It
the
should
game
be
itself.
free and packed in with everybody's Switch,
This
but
is
whatever.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
They go through a couple things. It'll show you some little tidbits like, okay, it's magnets, but where are the magnets, right? How does what's going on? The magnets are in the system. The SL and SR buttons are metal. They're made of steel. I wonder how good they feel. Will they feel cold?
A magnetic circuit is formed
I'm
between
interested
them,
in
so
that.
they won't easily detach. Through examining signs like these, you can
And then
discover all
you
sorts
just
of
learn things. I'm gonna buy it.
rotating
Cause I have
controls
a
and
and the mouse.
You can adjust the
Mouse.
position
It's
of
not
the
just a
golf
mouse.
club
It's a
and
mouse
the
with
cup by
gyro.
rotating the Joy-Con too.
So you can do things like this.
By combining the mouse
That's
controls and
yes,
gyroscope,
yes. They're
things like
going
this
to
are
do
possible.
crazy cool things. I'm
There are
excited.
secrets to discover even as you're playing mini games and tech demos.
The HD Rumble demo
Some
is
of the
what I'm
secrets
most
range
interested
from the
in.
unique
This,
features of the
this.
Nintendo
No.
until they're pointed out. Features and tech demos.
Okay.
Some of the secrets
This lets you feel different kinds of rumble as you move the cursor around, and they're scraping paint. So what it's going to do is it's an immersive use of rumble, because instead of just like something happening on screen and rumble happening, you are placing your hand and the tool with the controller against a surface and moving it. And as that's reflected in game, it's something that's not only given to you back via the rumble, you're actively scraping a flat surface in real life too. And I feel like there's going to be a number of interesting
range from
uses
the
of
unique
the
features of the
rumble
system
like that.
to tiny details you might
It's
not
more
notice
than just a
until they're pointed
mouse.
out. There are plenty.
I'm
Nintendo
excited
Switch
for
2
all the little
Welcome Tour
touches
will
they're
launch
going
as a
to
paid
add.
digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're interested.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2.
Of course you would.
This is the game card
Yes.
for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
There's a bit of misinformation
It's the
going
same
around
shape as
where
Nintendo Switch game cards.
I think
but
I'll
it's now
wait a couple
red,
seconds to
and it
mention
has
that.
much faster data reading speeds.
It's got faster data reading speeds, yes.
Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Some people don't
They're a
like
different
this.
type of SD
I
card
like
and
this.
will make high-speed data transfer
Because
possible.
now your minimum read-write speed
Please note that regular micro
has
SD
to be
cards
super
for the
fast.
Nintendo Switch will not be
When the
compatible.
PS5 came out, they made a big deal about their SSD, but it
To
still has
transfer
a disk
data from
drive.
Switch to Switch
So
2, you can log into
you
your
were always
Nintendo account
bottlenecked
to
by
use the
programming
system
for
transfer
the disk
feature.
drive in mind.
With this
Whereas
feature,
for the Switch
you can
2,
transfer save data, digital games,
everything's
and
speedy.
more.
There's
We're also
a
releasing
higher
a new Pro
floor.
controller.
Um,
It has a C button, which launches
This
Game Chat.
controller
On the back,
seems
there
like a
are new
little neat.
GL
I
and GR
love the
buttons,
GL and
which you can
GR
use to
additions.
assign existing button controls.
It's also kind of nice to have a real headphone jack.
We've introduced
I'm
a
not
few
going to
new
use the
features,
headphone
and after
jack
today's
because I don't really
presentation,
have.
the official Nintendo Switch
I
2
guess I
website
could
will go
use.
live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2.
Maybe someone will
We
make a
hope
nice
you'll check
sounding
that out as
headset.
well.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date. Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
Mark your calendars. I will
We're
stream
very
it.
much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
Yeah.
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Yes, of course.
These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2. The second type is compatible games that were released on
Nearly
Nintendo
every
Switch.
Switch 1 game.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are the third type.
These are interesting.
Some games that were released on Switch
Because-
will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2,
A lot of people thought that the games would just
Now,
run
I'd
better
like to show you
naturally.
the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of
But-
Super Mario Party Jam.
And they are charging for these,
Please
as
take
everybody knows by now. But they're putting like real work in, so I can almost
Super Mario
understand
Party
charging. I think
Jamboree
like 10
is getting
bucks
an upgrade
to upgrade.
on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade
So for
expands on the
this-
base game and adds new features,
I'll just let him
including
say it.
mouse controls,
Mouse controls is nice.
audio recognition, more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes. First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces
It's
as
cool
you play, so
to have
you can
the faces like
experience
that.
all the reactions and emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online.
This is with a single camera, which means it wants to have the.
Up
It's going
next
to take
is
one camera
Bowser
feed
Live,
of all the
a
people sitting in
mode
front of
where
the TV
livelier
locally.
team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage 2. Hit blocks to collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your voice. Go! And compete in other mini-games using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse
This
control
one I'm
carnival
kind of
coaster.
interested in
With the
because I
safety bar
am
lowered
a
and secured,
big fan of HT Rumble
You're
and
up.
its implementation.
use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster. When you enter a pipe, a minigame will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive minigames. How quickly can you reach the station? From minigames that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble, the biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV launches on
Look at that
Nintendo
Bowser.
Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
And I feel like $10
Please look forward
is
to a new Mario Party
reasonable-ish.
experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing.
Like
Let's continue presenting
for
some
like
more
what
Nintendo
is
Switch
basically
2
a
edition
Nintendo
games.
DLC that's also really cheap. The Zelda ones, which are $10.
Nintendo
That's where
Switch 2
I got the
editions
price
of The
from.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The
They're
Legend of
actually
Zelda
pretty
Tears of the
extensive.
Kingdom.
They're not just a
Feature
performance
enhanced
patch.
resolution and frame rates. And also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get
It's
even more
this.
out of your
Zelda
adventures
Notes
in
is
Zelda
actually
using Zelda Notes.
more than they let it say here.
This new feature
There
can be
are
accessed via the
nodes
Nintendo Switch app on smart
all over the
devices.
map, at least in Tears of the
It's a
Kingdom,
game-specific service
or when
that's
you go up to
exclusive
them
the Switch 2 editions of these
in the
titles.
app.
For example,
It will
it can help
play
guide you to
a
various
log
locations, like shrines and Koroks you
from
haven't found
Zelda,
Guidance
from the
activated.
voice actor. It'll play this voiced log
Proceed north.
where she'll be like, "Oh, this structure was built here, and we're not sure its history," and blah blah
You can
blah
share
blah
your
blah.
creations
And
in
there's
a
just
QR
a dozen of
codes and
those,
send
and
them to another player
more
to
than
create
there's
in-game.
dozens of those, and that's pretty damn interesting.
We hope these features will make your adventures even more enjoyable. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
It's a new Kirby game for $10. That's what it is. I'll play Star-Crossed
Nintendo
World.
Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates.
Fun fact, Kirby
This
and the
story
Forgotten
takes place
Land
in the
is
Forgotten
still
Land
on
after
version
being struck by a
1.0.
powerful
They nailed it in
tornado that's
one.
causing some mysterious changes.
No updates.
We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime
I found the
4 Beyond
soundtrack
will have both
pretty
a Nintendo Switch
mid,
and a Nintendo
but
Switch
whatever.
2 edition.
And I guess it's good that Amazon canceled my pre-order because
In addition to standard
this is the edition I'll just buy.
controls for intuitive
And there
gameplay on
are, I
Switch 2.
believe there was confirmed gyro controls as well.
Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle. Plus, Pokémon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo
Metroid
Switch
Prime
version,
will probably be
Nintendo
my
Switch
first
2
4K
edition as
game.
well.
No, it'll probably be
Taking
Mario
advantage of the
Kart.
power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure.
I don't know if I
setting
want
with
this or
enhanced
not.
resolution and frame rates.
I'm a little burned out on Pokemon because there's always
Nintendo
something
Switch
that
2
burns
edition
me.
games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
Also, I don't like how washed out it is.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
I think they didn't mention any prices during this direct because at the time of making it, they didn't know.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Or rather, like, they didn't know the price of the console or a couple things, and if you don't have that price, then why announce any others? I will be buying this. We will see it on stream. I need to know. I only expect it to be 40 bucks, we'll see. And that's highballing it. But, yep, wheelchair basketball. Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's skip past this.
You'll use both Joy Switch 2.
I have long observed the lands between.
I don't care about Elden Ring. I just don't. Sorry.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games.
I also don't care about Hades. Sorry.
It's the kind of game.
I also don't care about Capcom. Sorry. That's a little broad, but it wasn't that I don't care about Capcom. It's I didn't care about whatever they had to show there because I remembered I didn't. Daemon X Machina looks nice. I could not get into the first one. I just didn't like it, which sucks. But glad to see it return. It almost seems a little less stylish, which sucks, but whatever.
I'm for sale and you're buying.
Like there was something about like the red sky in the old one, and now it's just like
this planet will be ours.
It looks better, which I wish it looked more stylish. I wish it looked more like a comic, more than it. They went way realistic with everything, kind of, a little bit. And I don't like that art direction, but whatever. I wish them luck.
Hey, this is Joseph Fares from Hazelight.
What did Hazelight do? Oh yeah, you guys make good games, I guess. I hear it. I don't care. You won't see that on this channel. You won't see EA Sports on this channel.
We're bringing Hogwarts Legacy.
No one should support this woman. Tony Hawk's fine. I don't like SpongeBob.
Hello,
This is Christian Elverdam from
Oh, the Hitman.
We are bringing our
So did these games get good? Like, I stopped paying attention to Hitman when a bunch of the games got panned, and then people started uploading highlight clips of like wonky stuff that happened and broken mechanics, but like, people like them? Are they good? Or are they like so terrible that they're good? I can't tell, but maybe I'll play my first Hitman.
We are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
And then I guess they're doing a 007 out game, but I don't know what that could mean. So good for them. I had my fill of Bravely Default when I played Bravely Default. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. This is interesting because I might buy this on sale just because I like walking around that town and that lighting. It is incredibly comfortable to me in that time period. But I'm really bad at the game. But maybe if I can play it like on the go,
from our publishing and development
we'll find out.
But for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
I forgot what this is. Oh yeah, I've had my fill of Hyrule Warriors with the first Hyrule Warriors, so looks neat. Hope it runs well.
In prison.
Switch 2.
And yes.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
Yes. So I wish I could buy them. I don't want to subscribe for this. I'd rather buy them. Or, not rather. If you gave me the option to buy them individually, I might subscribe. But I don't want to subscribe out of protest because I can't buy these. I want to own a digital version. I just want to own it without the subscription.
The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
Because that subscription's a lot more money.
A tale of souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon.
Like, if I gave them the money that I would, there aren't many games I want to buy on this quote-unquote virtual console, and I'd be able to buy them all with the amount of money I would spend subscribing for like a year or two. So I don't see the point. It sucks.
F-Zero-GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online.
It's nice, I guess.
Classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking. More titles will be added in the future.
And that is a tempting list of titles.
Nintendo
like, I might.
Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game
I don't
library
know.
coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
I do really like the
launches
GameCube.
The same day as the hardware's release.
But it sucks that they're keeping these locked behind a subscription model.
Dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube.
I do want this. There was a report that said that it won't work with other games, but why would it have a ZL button if it won't work with any other games? That's stupid. So no, it for sure
GameCube controller, exclusively
should
available for
work.
Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm buying it.
Whether you're familiar with the
I
game,
bought all the other ones, not the Sega one.
we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
Undertale. I'm excited to watch other people play Undertale. I cannot stand the gameplay of Undertale. I don't like dodging bullet mechanics. I find it unfathomably aggravating. So, Undertale is a series I'm a big fan of. I did buy... I know I'm calling it Undertale, but you know, it is. I did buy Deltarune, well no, not Deltarune, because Deltarune's free. Right? Yeah. I bought Undertale on the Switch as like a, hey thanks, I do really enjoy this stuff, but like, god, I'm never gonna play it. I like tried even, and I'm like, I hate it. It's poison to me. It's the opposite of fun. I can't stand.
Randy from Gearbox.
I can't stand it.
Our upcoming flagship Borderlands
So,
game will
is what it
launch on
is, but I'm
Nintendo
excited
Switch
to experience it
Borderlands
through
is back. Loot
the
and
internet.
shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons.
I don't care.
We're still in Borderlands and we're releasing
I don't care about
Nintendo
Civ.
Switch 2 with Oscar 7 which version?
I don't care about sports games.
And I'm Ben. Nintendo Switch. 4 kids find this old tattered.
This is how I have the money to buy the games that I do care about, because I don't care about so many of the others. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what this is. My brain has glossed over every single time I get to this part of the direct.
This time for home.
People like Gungeon, good for y'all.
At Enter the Gungeon 2. Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel. Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect some fan-favorite elements in the future.
What was this? Oh yeah, weird moon game. Didn't something interesting happen right after this game? Are we at the big parts of the direct?
My name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red.
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk. Apparently Cyberpunk runs respectably.
Nintendo players for the first time. Nights.
Final Fantasy, that's nice. Give me the first remake though. And then here's where we get the sizzle reel of Silk Sang. Hooray everybody. Silk Sang. I don't care about Silk Sang. I don't know anything about any of what I'm watching here. Puyo Puyo Tetris is great. Weird Pac-Man game. Yeah. Sizzle reel, sizzle reel, sizzle reel. We get it. Lots of games. And then they started to do this. Hey everybody, I'm glad you got Bloodborne. I don't care about FromSoft games. The only From Software game that's ever intrigued my interest was Metal Wolf Chaos, and I still haven't bought it yet, so whoopsies. So cool, thanks. Hooray for everybody that listened to that. This, though. You have to give it the respect it deserves. Now at this point, like a lot of people, I thought it was Smash, because that is a Smash 3D Kirby. And it was a... I still didn't know it was up. This, I was like, oh my god, it's Kirby Air Ride. Oh my god. This will be on the channel, you bet your ass. I feel like what I'm more excited about for this is I finally get to see Sakurai do something that's not Smash Brothers. Like, it makes me feel good inside that he's not stuck doing Smash Brothers and he can do literally anything else. Also, I'm pretty sure we're getting Kid Icarus, because he hinted at a Kid Icarus port, and now that we have mouse controls, it's possible.
We hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai. Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
Now this one... Everybody watching it looked at this and was like, what game is this? I don't know what this is. And we all failed to ignore that giant banana in the background right there. Some people already had guessed based on the monkeys it was Donkey Kong. I didn't know until we saw Donkey Kong, but this is the game that I wanted Hulk Ultimate Destruction to be back in the day. And a lot of people still praise Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I'm gonna come clear with people. I didn't like it. Because this is what I wanted Hulk Ultimate Destruction to be. And because Hulk Ultimate Destruction wasn't this, it was a disappointment to me from square one. And it might have taken 15 years to finally get this. But here we are, cool, we got it. This is one of the coolest shots. They nailed that look. It's also nice to see how instead of like making more hair, they gave him stylized hair. Like, we have increased graphical power, but they just used it to do a cooler art direction. It's nice. Although I do kind of like how Donkey Kong looked like before than in this one, but whatever. Bonanza's a great name. But this is pretty much the end of the direct. So I want to cap this off because I don't think they say too much more, right? Not really. So we're going to go back to the beginning because I want to point out something about Mario Kart that I think has
in a bid for Mario Kart game,
bigger ramifications than people
and in this Mario
have
Kart
been talking about.
You can go off the racetrack and
there
drive
is
everywhere in this world.
This is a big deal.
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place.
But
don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Most in series history.
That is a huge deal. Online Nintendo games for the era of the Switch and the Wii U before it, more or less, Nintendo's been terrified of an online experience that lasts longer than 4 minutes without taking you out to a menu. Mario Kart, you do a race, you come to a menu. Smash Brothers, you do a fight, you come back to a menu. Splatoon, the fights are super short. When they're done, you come back to a menu in between matches. Every single... The first Mario Party on the Switch, I think it was the Switch, or maybe it was Mario Party on the Wii U. Anyway, they just didn't have online play. You couldn't play a Mario Party. You could play the minigames online with your friends, because those were short and are interrupted with menus. But you couldn't play a board. I think they might have fixed that later. Like came out with another, like maybe Jamboree you can do a map. But that's part of the point. That came later. Most of Nintendo's games, every single online experience you have is interrupted by a menu. But now, with Mario Kart World, they're not. In between races, you keep on racing. I think that means a lot of things. I think the next Splatoon, there will be a Battle Royale scale mode. Maybe not in terms of the amount of players or map size, but something about it will be big, and the match will have the potential to last a while. I think we're going to see new experiences from online Nintendo, based solely on the fact that this whole racing in between maps isn't a thing they would have designed last time. That goes against everything they've been doing online. And with the dedicated chat button and the focus on chat, I don't think they're out here to make, oh, they finally get it and they're going to do what everybody else does. No, they don't know and they don't care. They're just going to take ideas they have, such as, what if we raced from one track to the next in between the races, and just things like that all over the place. So just
with 24 drivers
this
to the next course as part of the competition
means everything.
With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series
3
history,
minutes,
the competition
less than
is
4 minutes in, and they let us know that everything is different now forever. And I'm excited to see where that takes us. Anyway, that was that's the thing. That's that was the direct. Thanks for watching my sloppily put together coverage of it. If I would have streamed this, I would have had no time for games. But I wanted to make a coverage of this, or whatever, coverage, like I'm anything. I just wanted a timestamp on my shot call that online is different now. So, thanks, and see ya.